I would love to greet you specially. I want to talk about clarity of purpose. I would say clarity is a state of being clear or bringing something in such a way that it is easily understood. All right. And it comprises of the way you communicate, your style, your aura, your confidence. When we talk about clarity, what comes to a layman's mind is the way you communicate whatever it is you want to share with your audience or with an investor or a prospective team member. Okay, so now it is not only about what you say, the confidence with which you say it, the aura, the style, all those things are interwoven, and each of them play a vital role in making the audience understand easily and clearly. We live in a time when attention span is drastically dropping. Attention is now a very costly commodity. Before someone will give you so much time to listen to you, it must make sense. All right. So, I think having said that, I remember when I was in either fourth year or second year, I had a wealthy friend, and I invited him over to my lodge to share some ideas I had in my head. I'm laughing because I think last month I went back to my diary, my old diary, and I saw where I listed that. I began to laugh. I laughed so hard. I remember him coming he came late hours, around 8, 9. So I started talking, started telling him the beautiful ideas. He was just nodding. So at the end, he was, he wouldn't sound bad. You don't expect him to sound bad. Okay. But then he tried to, massage my ignorance. So he said some things and left, and that was it. So at this stage, I now understand better why he reacted the way he did. There was no clarity in what I was communicating to him, and I forgive him now. Then I was angry with him. So that's it. So you have to be clear on your terms, and clarity helps you as a person. Now, when you have clarity of your purpose, let me tell you what happens. If it's something that if it's a line that is very enticing to an investor, first of all, it will attract all kinds of persons to you. Now, clarity will help you see if this investor is bringing this amount of money to you, and you're looking at it. But then clarity will help you know if this person's values aligns with yours. It's important because most times you are blinded by short-term gains instead of looking at the future. 5 years is not too long, So it is important that clarity is there to guide your values, your core values, towards that purpose. It helps you know who to accept and who not to accept. And interestingly, investors most times are sharks. They can see what you're not seeing, and then they try to lure you into what they want by offering you something that will blow your mind. So it is important you have that clarity of thought on what is driving your purpose. Most times you will agree with me that you intend to grow cold on whatever it is you're set to do. Now, I've had some people ask me, what is your driving force? We keep seeing you doing things. I tell them, I'm always guided by why I started in the first place. There's a beautiful story around that stuff you started. Always allow it to guide you. Let it always ring in your heart. Okay. Now, for plot point stories, for instance, it came up because of how I grew up, and because of someone's story, I was able to find my feet again, and that was the foundation. God laid it in my heart as a burden to have people who have real life experiences that can actually shape and change mindsets to come on that platform to share their stories. Every single story you hear on that platform are real life stories. If you come with your fiction, I will not. The platform is still growing, but then, just like I said, when you have clarity of purpose, you will not accept everyone. You will not accept everyone into what you're doing. So I know the kind of people to host on that platform. I know what to say yes to. I know what to say no to. And that's what clarity does. Clarity can come in diverse ways. It is used in diverse areas of life. You can have clarity on the kind of spouse you want to marry. You have clarity on the business you want to venture into. But for the purpose of this video, I feel that whatever it is you want to start should be God's purpose for your life, so that you don't end up wasting your time. I can tell you that most people are even successful in an area where they are not supposed to be. You will discover that when you discover that purpose, you have that peace. There's that inner peace in you. All right. So now, most purposes are heavy for you to carry. Okay, and you need painting a picture of Moses and Aaron. You need an Aaron to hold your hand. Now, some of the dreams and visions you have are too big that you might not be able to carry it alone. Okay, so you need people that would believe in your dream, people that will help you drive that dream. Okay, now you need to communicate clearly to this set of people. You should also know that if you waste time, that's why I mentioned that initially, that most people are successful in a path that they are not supposed to be. They are actually wasting their time while enjoying themselves. And God is a God of precision. If you miss the timing on this path, He has kept few people to help you on that path. Okay, now if you delay, those people, for example, will not be young forever. That is the truth. They will not be there forever. Now you will miss them, and when you get to that point, you will struggle. So it's important you adhere on time, move on time, communicate clearly, having your style, appearance, your thought process in place, so that you don't miss those people who are supposed to help you at every stage. At every stage in that journey to your purpose. I don't know if I'm making sense. You should always tell that beautiful story around your purpose. Okay. Now there's something that is cooking up at the background. I wouldn't like to speed it now till we are set. So there's a beautiful story around it. Okay. Humans are emotional beings, meaning that they connect emotionally to the things you do. And stories are very powerful. because they drive that emotional connection. Your story drives them to you, and there's this connection that happens, and people begin to resonate with whatever it is you're doing. Okay, so there's always a story behind every purpose and vision. Now you will discover that when you're sharing your vision of that purpose to potential investors, or those who you want, your potential team members, or volunteers, or people who you want to roll on that journey, you discover that most of them might not agree with you, not because they don't understand where you're going to, but they want to see something tangible that is pointing towards that what you're saying. Last year when I attended one SME bootcamp, people were pitching about their startups, okay, and we had investors on the panel. You come, you pitch, and then they are there to judge you and throw a lot of deep questions to you. So I discovered that most people who were successful in that bootcamp were those who had something tangible or something visible that is already I will say a template or a structure that's already running. Now people want to see, or people want to be part of something that has a promising future but has already started. If you are being theoretical in everything you're doing, and they will say, well, some might buy into it and be watching. Okay, some will buy into it and be watching. So it's important that you start doing something. Now, when I had that vision for Plot Point Stories, I didn't have what it takes to start. One of my biggest advantage was leverage. I leveraged on gadgets. I leveraged on my friends who I knew had beautiful life transforming stories to share. Okay, and I kicked off. Now, when I tell you, this is when I share the vision, I'll tell you, okay, go to Susan So place and watch what we've done. Okay, it has more potential for you to join me than when I've not started anything at all. That's the truth. So most times you don't blame people who you talk to and they don't buy into your idea immediately. Okay, so they need to see something tangible. Start writing. Improve yourself. Okay, put yourself out there. Tell the world what you want to do. Tell the world what you can do. Build your personal brand. Okay, if you know what that means. Be very intense in doing things that drives a pointer to what you want to start. Let people know that, okay, they can trust this one. There's integrity in character and all that. So it is important that you don't sit and wait for people to come and buy into whatever idea or vision you have. Start with what you have, leverage on things you can lay your hands on, and kick off. It is easier to have people join you when the ship is already sailing. There's already a direction. The captain of the ship knows where he's going and all that. So it's easier to communicate clearly to whoever you want to join your team. All right. So I hope I've made little sense. I think we'll be doing this most often. I'll be hitting on various areas of life and let's see how it goes. Let me know your thoughts on the things I've said. Did they resonate? You can also put in your own contributions to this live and the topic that I just shared with you, and share so that other people can also learn from it, because this is one of the key factors that young people need to know and fine-tune, so that they can easily have people join them to achieve the impossible. Okay, so share your own thoughts on this, and then let's drive it from there. I'll see you next time. Cheers.